Add a hamstring curl in the end if you want. In a moment, we're going to turn this into 3 hamstring curls. Try it here. 3, 2, 1, and then you go. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, and 1. All right, I'm going to preview what we're going to do next. You can choose not to. It's still 3, 2, 1, and then I go again. 3, 2, 1. It's just a little half turn. Doesn't matter if you do it. Stay here, hamstrings only, turn back to center. Keep it going, please. Step it in. Swing those arms. Bring those arms here. Press them forward, chest press. Press them up. Add a toe in front. Good, bring those arms up, hold them high, and now we bring them down with a knee lift. Point that toe, lift that knee, abs in, shoulders back. When you're ready, it becomes that up and over. In a moment, we'll stay on the left and double time it in 4, 3, 2, here you go. Last one, step touch. In a moment, we'll go 2 to the right. 4, 3, there you go. Hamstring curl if you want, just a single for now. This time add 3, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. 3, 2. And again, if you want to do the little pivot, just a half a turn. Back here, just hamstring, sorry. Arms in front, step touch. Arms in front, toe touch. Arms up, toe touch. Keep going with arms up, add your knee lift. Hold arms, pull them down. Up and over. And in a moment, we'll stay on the right and double time. 4, 3, 2, here you go. Two more. Step touch. Ooh. Keep those legs a little wider. Point that toe. Roll those shoulders. Keep those legs nice and wide. Bend those knees. Slide down that wall. Abs in, tailbone long. Little plie. Deep breath in. Exhale, sit a little deeper. Inhale, come up halfway. Sit a little deeper. Option to come up on your toes the whole time, or option to lift up on your toes as you come up. Last 2. Good, last one, come down in that plie, hands on your thighs. Right shoulder in, look up over your left, lift that arm. Bring it down, drop the other way, opposite arm lifts. Back through center, drop the shoulder. Back through center, drop the shoulder. Back through center, roll and extend. Roll through cat, open through cow, shoulders back and down. Good. All your weight in your heels, cow position, abs in, big deep breath in. And exhale, bring it down. All right, okay. First little round, ball and band together. So this tight little band, you're going to step through and put it just above your ankles. All right, the ball is between your upper thighs. Now walk your feet apart so you have tension on the band, but you're still able to hold the ball, right? So this is going to be, you know, a little challenge if you have a really tiny ball and a very loose band, or if you have a giant ball and a really tight band. Shift your weight onto your right leg. Now, my left leg can barely move an inch, right? But I'm going to do my best. I'm going to lift it off the ground, and then I'm going to stand on it and squeeze the ball inner thighs. So it's outer thigh, inner thigh. My right leg is bending and straightening at the same time. And as you can see, I can't go very far down because that left leg can't go very far out. I'm tapping it on the ground only because my range of motion is so small. You're welcome to leave it up in the air and then put it down when you come in. So again, outer thigh, inner thigh. You can always turn that toe in a little bit and lead with the heel and get a little bit more back towards your booty side. So by this time, hopefully that right quad is feeling stuff. You may feel some in your standing stabilizing hip, but hopefully you feel a lot here and inner thigh. Last two, last one, bring it up. I told you I'm dying over here. All right, we step out as much as we can with that right leg. We're gonna bend that left knee, lift that right leg off, and step in and squeeze that ball. So don't forget, it's not just a blah, blah, step in, it's a step in and squeeze the ball. Reach and squeeze, bend, reach, and squeeze, bend, reach, and squeeze. You can do what you want with your arms. I'm just leaving mine here for now because there's so much going on. So this quad gets some action, this hip, this outer hip, these inner thighs. Last four, last two, and last one. Take the ball out, hold the ball, leave that weight, or excuse me, that band where it is, turn slightly sideways, and slide it so that your right knee is bent, your toes are pointing down, and it's against the right arch and around the left ankle. Again, I'm not going to have much range of motion. I'm going to push back, right? Leg is bent and pushing back. Left knee needs to bend. And then I'm going to bring my arms in front of me as straight as I can, and I'm just going to squeeze that ball. Squeeze the ball. Nice straight arms. My left knee stays bent. I push back. Keep it going. And bring it up. All right, you guys are going to get the benefit of the fact that my bands are really tight. Slip it over the arch of your left foot. It's still around that right ankle. Bend that right knee. Then that left knee, push back. Feel it in your hamstring, your glute, a little in your low back. Arms straight in front and press. And press. And bring that down. Step out of that misery for a moment. Left leg crosses right. We go up and over, hip to the left, arms to the right. Bring it around and down. Bring it up. Cross the other way for me, please. Hips to the right, arms to the left. Bring it down and around. All right, this time, the ball goes back between your thighs. And the gnarly little tight band, doubled up for extra misery. Although I think I'm the only one who has it like that, darn it. Arms are straight above you. And then we're gonna bend the elbows, because what's gonna end up happening is a tricep press. Now again, you're not gonna see me move much, but those of you who have a slightly looser band, it should sort of look like this. Palms need to face away from each other, okay? So let's get that part going to start. Oh, I just figured something out. I can take one loop off. Oh, thank heavens, okay. Right, so bend, straighten, bend, straighten. You don't need to bring your arms up and down. They might naturally do that a little bit, but make sure your hands are facing away from each other so that you're getting that tricep action. And then, once you have those arms going, by this time those triceps should already be working. Make sure that your feet are in parallel, and we're just going to start with a nice calf raise for that lower body. So tricep, press, palms facing away. Make sure that's the case for me, please. Good, 4 more. Last 2. Last 1. Oh, bring those arms down. You can just put that loop over his shoulder for a second. Take your left hand to your left shoulder. Pull it back. It should need that nice stretch. Bring it to center. And then over to the right. Shake it out. Left hand to your left shoulder. And center. Oh, that was, sorry, right shoulder, right, center, left. You knew what that was about, right? Okay, all right, we're gonna keep this ball where it is. You may need a little bit of balance help on this one. Because we're gonna come up in those knees. We're gonna squeeze that ball nice and tight and come up. We're gonna come down, squeeze, and come up. Down, squeeze, and up. And again, the band, wherever, you break it over your shoulder. You have a handy spot like that, you can use that. Option to lower your heels, bend your knees, come up on those toes, down and up. So it makes it a little bit circular if you choose to do that. Or you can just come down and squeeze. Keep that going for me, please. All right, almost done with those. And then come down, lift your heels if you don't have them lifted. Bend a little deeper, and we're just squeezing the ball, squeezing the ball, squeezing, 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 squeezing. You're adorable. Everybody loves the Nutmeg because she's adorable. Adorable you are. All right, that's 2. Nice one. You had that. I know I spoke in Yoda. All right. Okay. We're going to bring that ball behind the right leg. I don't want to make this too complex. We're just going to hinge forward. Again, something for balance. Try and get that thigh parallel with the ground, and take the arch out of your spine. So you don't want to be draped. You want to be pulling those abs in, neutral spine. Point the toe, squeeze the ball, squeeze the ball, squeeze the ball. Good. Come up. Leave that ball where it is. We're going to try this. If it's too complex, we'll augment. So I now have a figure 8, and some of you might have that, some of you might not. You can step on that with that left leg. All right, you can put that ball back behind that right leg again. You're gonna find your balance. We're gonna poke that hole in that ceiling. We already did the hamstring curl, right? Now we're gonna poke a hole and we're gonna row. Elbow is wide, shoulder pulls back and down. Palm is facing your leg, by the way. And bring it up, drop that band. Oh, man. All right, we'll stretch out both outer hips for a second. Right leg across the left. Send that tailbone out. Roll it under. Press that leg open. Shake those hips a little. Cross that leg all the way over, come up, and shoot the hip to the right. And then we'll come back through center. Cross that left leg over. Press it open, tailbone long. Round it under. Stick it out again. Shake those hips. Left over right and hip to the left. All right, we're doing the same thing on the other side. You don't need your band initially for the hamstring curl, but have it handy. So ball is behind that left leg. We pitch forward. We point that toe to the sky, abs in, shoulders back and down, hamstring curl, pointing that toe. Nice. All right. Take that band onto the right foot. And then that ball goes back behind your left leg again. Find that balance. All right, this time we poke a hole in the ceiling at the same time we row. So really use those shoulder blade muscles. Palm is facing the right leg. Elbow lifts. Almost there. Oh, bring that up. Left leg across the right. Tailbone long. Roll it under. Stick it out again. Cross the left over the right. Come up. Hips go to the left, arm to the right. And then right leg over left. Stick that booty out. And then roll it under. And then stick it out again. And we put the right leg in front of the left, hips to the right, arms to the left. All right, beautiful. Okay, no ball right now. Step on that. If you've got those two loops, you're going to have one over your right foot. And if you have that little loop, this should still work unless you've got a really gnarly, nasty one. Okay, wide stance. We're going to be doing some bicep curls here to start with. So palm is facing the band. Get your elbow in next to your hip. And then just find that range of motion, what works for you. Try not to be way down here, right? Nice flat back if you can. When you're ready, if you want, bicep curl with a little outer hip lift. Palm facing up. Last time, lift it up, balance if you can, hold here, bicep, just tiny range. Lift that leg up. Torso is parallel to the ground as much as possible. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, shake that out. Shake that hip out. Move one the other way. So step on that band with your left foot, please. Step out. Turn your palm to face your other thigh. Elbow next to your hip. Start with that bicep curl. When you're ready, you launch. Palm is facing, bicep curl. Almost there. Last two. Last one, hold it up, balance it as you need to, and pulse that bicep. And bring that up. Oh, palms facing like that. Open. Oh, big stretch across your chest. Flex through those hands. Get that bicep stretch and bring it down. And we're going to shake that out. All right. We are back. Holding that band underneath the right foot again. All right. And then we're going to start a big lunge. Try and get that spine on a nice angle here, not rounded, but extended. You can put your hand on there. And we're going to lift up a couple of rows here. Then when you're ready, you're going to lift it up into that row and see if you have the, enough bandwidth to do a tricep dip here. The male just came, that's why she jumped up. She's now got her face in the male slide. All right, then if you want to, you turn this into a row, tricep extension, row, tricep extension, row, tricep. Four more. And if you don't like that, you can stick with just the row or just the tricep. Last one, tricep only. We're finishing it off. Pinky to the sky. Pulse, 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 pulse. Out, 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 out. Woo! Left arm comes across your body nice and low. Right arm across. Hug it. Tip your ear away. And then lift that up over your head. Tap your right shoulder. And then back to center. And then over. I gotta show you guys this, I'm sorry. This will be weird on YouTube, but whatever. Let me see if I can get her. Oh, yeah, you saw her tail. Never mind. She was sitting in the pile of mail. Sorry about that. Rest break. Let's see if I can remember what we're doing. We're going the other way now. Opposite leg forward. Which should be your opposite leg. Right leg, I think. All right, start with that rowing motion. Sorry. So again, my hand is supporting me, but I'm using my abs to keep that nice long flat back hopefully. Then bend it and turn it into a tricep extension. Again, if your band isn't too tight. And then if you want to, they go together. Row, extend, row, extend. A few more here. Beautiful. Leave that arm down, tricep only, polish it off. And release. Oh, shake that out. Gently low, bring that right arm across, hug it across your body, the shoulder stretch. Flip it up and over, tap your left shoulder. Center and over to the right. All right, shake all of that out. We are headed down to the ground. Grab your ball before you come down, please. So ball and band with you. All right. So you'll remember at the beginning of class, we had that band doubled up around our ankles, and that's where you're going again. We're going to lie down. And we're going to widen our feet till you feel tension. And then notice those knees are going to want to pop out, but yep, we're going to hold the ball there instead. So feet are a little bit wider than hip width if possible, or if you have a tight band, if you're doubled up here, then the same width. And then we're just lifting up in that bridge, pulling our abs in, lifting the hips a little higher, and then I want you to squeeze the ball, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Without dropping the ball, I want you to press out with your ankles without flipping your feet. So just push out, it's very subtle, 3, 2, and 1, squeeze in for 4, 3, 2, and 1, press out, 4, 3, 2, and 1, squeeze in, 4, 3, 2, and 1, press out, 4, 3, 2, and 1, squeeze in and out. One more time, in and out. All right, here comes some fun. We're switching. So now that band comes all the way up above your knees on your thighs. And that ball is between your ankles. And we're back in that bridge position. Deep breath in. By the way, the ball isn't resting on the ground, it's at your ankles. Deep breath in, lift up, bridge. All right, now you have that ball between your ankles. Give it a squeeze, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Band against your thighs, press open, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze the ball in. And band again, out. And in. And out. Ankles in. And thighs out. Challenge, squeeze this. Squeeze the ball at the same time you're pushing your hips up and out. So I'm squeezing the ball and pushing out with the hips. Isometric here, squeezing those ankles, but pressing the thighs. Squeeze the ankles, but press the thighs. Do both. And relax that down. We didn't do that on the other one, so we got to finish off with that. Band goes back between your ankles, ball back between your knees. Lift it up in your bridge, ribs in. Squeeze that ball and press out on the ankles. Squeeze the ball and yet press out on the ankles, but both at the same time. So you're not pulsing. You're just trying to hold the ball in place even as you press out on the ankles without lifting your toes up, right? We're not rotating onto the outside edges of the feet. And relax. Yippee, hopefully. All right, band off to the side for now. And we're going to bring that ball underneath our hips as we bridge up so that we have that pelvic tilt and, of course, that unstable environment. We're coming up into our tabletop position. Hands down for now. Find this. And maybe do one toe touch on each side, single leg toe touch, and see how that is for you. Then see if you can hover your hands and do that single leg toe touch. And again, since we're on the ball, your toes might not touch, and that's fine. And if all that works out for you, see if you could hover your hands and do both legs. If you end up wobbling too much, then I'd rather you go back to something a little more controlled, right? So maybe single leg, still getting the work, but without so much wobble. Wobble is challenging, but also sometimes it can completely take away from the exercise. If you were trying to do a single leg squat and you're wobbling so much that it's affecting your knee joint, it's not really helping with the squat. And you can always do a heel flex. And if you're feeling comfy, you can do both legs. You can always put your hands back down and do both legs if, you know, this is sheer misery for you. And then we're going to bridge up and bring that out from under us. We're going to take that ball all the way down and put it underneath the left ankle. So your foot's not on it, but your ankle is. Right foot is on the ground right now. Abs in. I want you to push down on the ball to lift your hips off the ground, not by using your right glute, although it's going to tighten, but by pushing down on that left ankle and lower. Push down and lower. Push down and lower. So we're working the whole back side of that left leg. Hamstring a little bit, glute a little more, and low back a little more. So it's push down and push down. Now, if you're thinking, I don't really feel this, well, you could take the right leg completely out of it. You could try, I would say, cross it over here and press down and press. Totally up to you. You might feel it more then, huh? All right, and then we're just going to roll that ball over so it's underneath your right ankle. Heel is off the ball. Left knee is bent, and we push down to lift up. We push down to lift up. You might want to flex through that heel. And again, if you feel like you need more challenge, just take that left leg out of it, lift it up and cross it over the right thigh, and you'll feel that. Beautiful. We're going to relax. We're going to bring that ball behind both knees and hug it in and get a nice little curl and rotate those legs a few times. And then we're going to put the ball off to the side and put one foot through one loop. How about your right foot? And then extend that leg up, and then your right hand will hold on to it. All right, from there, we're going to do really stable leg circles. So these leg circles are all about keeping the hips nice and quiet. You start your circle with an inhale. At the end, you finish by exhaling and coming back to the top of the circle. So inhale to go down and exhale, finish at the top. Since you're using the band, you might be able to make a bigger circle without wobbling your hips. Maybe you can straighten your left leg out, flex through the heel, and put it on the ground. Beautiful. Let's bend that right knee, put it on the ground, and slip that band over your left foot. Point the toes, and then again, control the circle with your left hand. Keep those hips nice and stable by pulling those abs in. You might even keep an eye on the right knee and see if it's wobbling. That will mean that hip is wobbling. And we start each circle with an inhale and we finish with an exhale. Flex through that right heel. And you might be able to make your circles a little bigger since you're using the band. And then we're going to bend that left knee and bring both feet in. Just hug them for just a quick second here. Little rock side to side. All right. So we're going to bring that ball back. We're going to put that ball on the ankles. We're going to bring our forehead towards the knees, and we're going to start rolling like a ball without kicking the ball. And then come on up, sitting nice and tall. Let's bring that ball behind our tailbone and sacrum so that you can lean back a little bit and feel pretty comfortable, right? And I'm still holding on to my legs anyway. Notice if your head came forward. Let's bring that so that your ears are over your shoulder. Shoulders are back and down. But then pull those ribs in, pull those abs in, and push against that ball. We're going to open the arms to the side, and we're going to rotate to the front and lift the back arm high. And as you do that, lift up out of that spine and try to let this finger just tap the ground, not rest on it, and then go the other way. So we're in a roll down position, but with a long spine, so we're not grinding down on those vertebrae. And back to center. Ooh, all we're going to do is slide that ball back a little farther. Bring that. So now it's kind of underneath our low back so that we can pick our feet up off the ground and be in a balanced position. But again, we're not rounded here. We're opening that upper body. Then those knees are going to stack. And the good news is we get to put our hands out and support this, right? If your knees move away from you, it's going to take you in extension. So keep them really close to your chest. Knees go side to side. You could turn this into a can-can if you want to. Can you hang out on your yoga mat, little girl? and then back through center, feet down. And now you're going to roll forward or move the ball back until it's between your shoulder blades. Right, so it's giving you some support here. Okay. All right, we're going to take our hands, left hand to the right shoulder, right hand to the left shoulder. So I've given my head a place to rest so that I don't need to be curled. I can be extended in my upper back. And I'm going to allow my upper body to drop over that mat. Actually feel a nice stretch here. And then, you know, that's not relaxing. We're going to exhale and push the ribs against the ball to float the head up just to neutral. So I'm looking at the sky, forehead is still even with the ceiling, up and over, and exhale to close it down. Inhale up and over, and exhale to close it down. If you want to make this a little more challenging, crisscross at the wrists and make that long lever with your upper body, but make sure you're still cradling your head, right? So you don't want your head to be out of your arms. And you can always lift one leg up at a time for another little extra effort. Good, and now we're going to relax and we're going to roll a little farther forward. Just let that ball rest underneath our head for a minute. Nod the head yes, and get a nice little stretch in that neck. Let's open the arms into a T position, palms up, please. All right, and then just flip over onto your side facing knee. If you want to give yourself some extra padding for your elbow, feel free to do so. We're coming up in a side plank. So as you're ready, after you protect this shoulder by pushing it back, lifting up out of it, engaging those lats, come up in your favorite version of a side plank. Take the ball, put it where it barely touches you, and just tap it and tap it. When you tap, make sure you're not squishing the ball. Now, keep going if you want, come down if you want, change it into the balanced position if you like. And that, of course, means that your bottom ankle goes on first. You leave a lot of space for your top foot. Help yourself up, straighten out your legs, and side plank it. You can always stick with that first version. And when you are ready, but don't let me rush you, switch sides. So again, extra cushioning for that shoulder, that elbow if you want, shoulder back, lats engaged, your favorite version of side plank, ball where it barely touches you, love it and off of it. Don't squish your baby. And relax. We're coming down. We're going to put that bottom foot, ankle on the ball. We're going to cross the top leg in front. Maybe put the arch on that ball. Oops, and bring it up. Straighten out those legs. And gently come down. And we're rolling over onto our abs. We're going to bring that ball out in front of us. Hands on top of the ball, and feet are long, legs are long, feet are pointed, toes down, arms extended, bring your forehead down, deep breath in, exhale, press down on the ball to just lift yourself like a Superman. Squeeze your quads, squeeze your abs, lift them both, but keep your toes down. And then lastly, roll the ball back towards you by squeezing your shoulder blades together. And then relax it down, inhale. Exhale to press down, inhale to squeeze back, hold, and exhale down. Inhale, prepare, exhale, press down, inhale, squeeze back, and just continue that. If you don't like the squeeze back, you're just going to press up and hold. That squeeze back is nice between, the shoulders, giving that little squeeze so that you work those posture muscles. Last one, let's hold it up, squeeze it back, hold, and relax. All right, from there, we're gonna press back, resting position. See if maybe we can put that ball between our legs and give ourselves a little extra support for a nice little stretch, arms in front or by your sides. And then you're gonna come on up. And we're rolling over onto our spine. We're going to bring that right knee into our chest with the ball behind it. We're going to give it a nice tug. Let it open to the right as the left leg opens to the left. Maybe point and flex that foot a little bit. Good. Bring that back through center, straighten out the left leg, flex through that right heel, grab those right toes, pull them back, lunge that or press that ball up against that right leg. And then go ahead and straighten the leg. Let's roll that ball all the way up to the ankle. Point the toes, lift yourself up, flex the heel, bring it down. Bring that ball behind the right leg again, right arm to the side, and we'll gently twist. And then we come back through center, flop that leg open. So figure 4 stretch. And then we'll reach around, we're keeping the ball where it is right now. Hug that left knee in. Maybe feel free to extend and give some rotations at those toes. And then we're gonna put that ball in between the legs. So it's gonna still be crisscrossed. That ball is between the thigh and the quad, arms into a T, and we drop left again. And then we come back through center, right foot on the ground, ball behind the left. We're gonna hug it in, give it a nice squeeze, bring it left as the left leg goes left. Toes back towards your face, pull them on back. Bring it all back through center, flex that heel to the sky, right leg goes straight. Point and flex, lift it up, point the toe, lift yourself even higher, flex and bring it back, roll it down, bend it. Bring it across your body, please. And then we do a figure 4. Let it drape. Bend that right knee. Thread your needle. Extend that leg. Point flex. And bring that in. Crisscross all the way, even though the ball is there. And then once again, knees are going to drop right. And back through center, uncross, arms overhead. You can leave both the ball and the band out of your way. Make your way onto your hands and knees, please, and roll into a cat-cow. And then we'll press with those toes tucked under into our down dog. Get a nice stretch through those shoulder blades. Press the heel down at a time. And then nice wide stance. Hang out, bend your knees, hands on those thighs. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Big deep breath in. May the 4th be with you. That didn't sound anything like it. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see Nutmeg is on her own little mat. All right.